not only getting Manny down whenever he decides to try to pull the trigger, but also keeping Fierce from coming in and being able to sweep up.
Yeah. We'll see if that plays out in that way. I'm guessing the game has started, right? Sabers
Yep.
are out. Okay. Fierce and Rabbit battling for that high ground. Isaac in the city. Interesting 2v1 situation. The heroes don't push their advantage there, though.
Yeah, I think for Rabbit and Isaac, they're definitely wanting to take it to the city. You know, knowing Isaac, he likes to play over there, and I think he's comfortable over there. And so I think this is their way of trying to maybe control some of the game and maybe try to control the tempo.
Yeah, I like the city as an option for that. If I feel maybe I'm disadvantaged in some way in terms of like speed or even cleanup, I like the extra cover that you can get there in the city.
Yeah, I think so, especially when you're the villains. I think the buildings help the villains a lot of times with your choker, and so I would agree. I think the other thing to look for with these, and you know, I've talked about it in other streams, is especially at the beginning of the game, I like to see how people are spaced, like if they're right on top of each other or if there's a lot of room, because I feel like sometimes that shows how comfortable you are. You know, if you're really worried about getting taken on one-on-one, a lot of times you stay really close. You'll see that Fierce and Manny a lot of times play with a lot of space.
Right, and I think that's good. If you're not careful and you're on top of each other, and a situation goes awry, that actually makes it that much worse.
Yes, absolutely.
Rabbit gets pummeled.
They had him separated there. Isaac couldn't come down to make that play, but I think it was smart for him not to come down because I think that would have turned 1 into 2.
Yeah, that took, what, at least 2 minutes there, perhaps, for the first blood?
Yeah, that first kill I feel like is always one of those where you're feeling each other out, trying to figure out how everybody wants to play. That one usually goes a while. We'll see if the rest of them are kind of slow like that. So it's interesting. They've got Rabbit and Isaac on separate sides with the 2 heroes in the middle. That's good aerial by Rabbit. I mean, I can see it okay. Cody, can you still see it?
Yeah, I can see it is laggy. I went to the Twitch video. It's much better for me. Much better, actually. Rabbit gets caught out. Fierce gets a double combo and then the one-hit aerial onto Isaac. Well played, Fierce. 3-0 lead for the heroes.
Yeah, that was a good play by Fierce. So, Cody, from what I understand from talking to other players, is they say that Mace is more effective on PC than maybe even was on PS2, and some players opt for Mace. He's a lot closer to Luke because of the fact that Luke can't turn as well with his sprint attack on PC using the controller, and so they're like that gap is a little bit more narrow. So I'm not really. I'm interested to see because they're not playing a Luke at all, which is typically everybody's go-to for the primary hero.
Right. Yeah, that's fascinating. I wasn't aware of that. Rabbit gets pushed out a little bit, but she hops up here. Isaac and Rabbit playing very close. She catches Fierce with a choke and a combo. Kill for the villains. Is that 3-1 now?
And that was a good job by Isaac keeping Berserk from having any chance of making that play on Fierce and letting Rabbit pick up the kill. Rabbit went for the choke there to get Isaac up to try to prevent some damage, and she got the choke on Fierce.
Fierce caught out with the choke into aerial. Not a conversion. Fierce still alive. Manny's caught out. He's dead.
Oh, Fierce picks up 1. See what happens here. I think he's low because he got choked. We'll see. Manny's here, and he spawned in now. It looks like Fierce is going to heal.
I am watching the stream, so I may be slightly behind you. The direct stream on the Twitch URL. Okay.
Oh wow! So Rabbit picks up. It looks like 2 on that one. So they traded 2 for 1. That was a good play by Rabbit. What's the score, Devastator? 4 to 5 heroes. Oh, villain. Heroes favor. Okay. 4 to 5 heroes favor. See what if Berserk's trying to make a play and he makes the push on Isaac. It's a good push by. If Fierce is in between them both, which is a tough spot, and he ends up getting comboed. Manny's coming to make the save. Oh, they tumbled each other. Manny may be able to pick up 2 because of that, and he does.
No, I haven't.
7 heroes.
Sorry. Yeah, I haven't been talking. I was trying to see if the stream there on the Discord would work better. It's kind of laggy for me, so I'm hesitating to even watch it. I can't quite keep up with what's going on there, and so that's kind of throwing off our commentary. Fearless, can you access the URL?
Let me see. I can certainly. Let's see.
I'll send it to you by message.
Okay. Yeah, I can do that. Not a problem. Okay, I am now on the Twitch stream, so we should be the same.
Okay, you see Isaac on the houses jumping around, just got pushed in the air, correct?
Correct, yeah.
Okay, good. We're on the same page. That's what I wanted. I was just trying to figure out a way to do that. Isaac is caught out here, 2v1 situation. He's holding up his block. He does get the push on Fierce, but he's pushed out. Rabbit is a little far away. She comes in.
Yeah, see if she comes to try to make the save.
Too slow there for Rabbit. Isaac does fall. Heroes trying to push this advantage in this 2v1. Rabbit is tumbled. Fierce gets the kill. Jedi 101. Very basic tactics there. Well played by Fierce and Berserk. So scores 9-5 Heroes. Fearless, are you surprised by that?
You know, I expected them to do well. I think, you know, as much as Rabbit and Isaac have played together on this, I mean, Fierce and Manny definitely have some games on the belt, so I expected them to be able to play well together in this game, and they've been successful on Heroes this whole tournament so far, so I'm not really surprised that they have the lead currently.
Okay. Fierce, you're going to turn this into a 2-for-1 situation. Rabbit did catch out. Yeah, it was. Very good play. I've watched some VODs from him. He does that kind of frequently, where he'll be in a 2v1, and he will just turn it in his favor and get both kills.
Yeah, he's really dangerous. You have to, whenever you're going to go after him, even when you're 2-on-1, you have to do it cautiously and know that Manny's coming, because he's going to spawn in and he's going to be there quick.
Fierce, low on force. There goes all of his force. He's out of the fight.
See if they decide to push Manny.
Villains here backing off. Isaac going to take the fat tower.
They're trying to slow the tempo down. I feel like the tempo kind of got away from them, and it cost them some kills.
Rabbit gets tumbled. This should be an easy kill for the heroes. It is.
Good block
2v1s.
by Berserk there.
Yes, it was. Isaac takes the high position. It's going to be hard to push him out there or do much. He and Berserk are boxing on that tower, but he gets pushed out.
We'll see if Fierce is able to pick it up. I think Rabbit's in. Berserk's still pushing him, though.
Rabbit getting harassed right outside her spawn. Heroes with this high-pressure gameplay. I agree with you, Fearless. I think that the villains, they really need to back off, collect themselves, slow the tempo here.
It's really hard because Manny wants to get in your face, and he does a really good job of making calculated moves. But you really do, like you said, try to create some distance and maybe try to catch him whenever he does make a mistake.
Both teams kind of filling each other out. No meaningful action thus far in the past 15 seconds or so. Berserk looks to be sharking around, looking to get an angle here.
Yeah, I think they're trying to sandwich somebody. Yeah, but the villains are doing a good job of not letting themselves get too far away from one another, so they can't really isolate one.
Isaac does catch Berserk. It's not going to convert to anything. He gets tumbled. This could be a death on his part. Yes, he does die. Rabbit now, 2v1 situation. Look for the pressure from the heroes.
It was such a good play by Fierce. Even though he Manny is the one who ended up getting the kill. Fierce kept Rabbit from getting over there, and that's really the key in a lot of these 2v2s is making sure you get the one and trying to turn the 1 to 2, and they do that as well as anybody.
Right, and doing that mark that you spoke of when you do those engagements, it seems to me like that's key.
Yeah, it's one of those things that Berserk and Fierce have played together long enough. They know the other one's marking, so it allows them to play a little bit more aggressive even because they know that their teammate's going to take care of the other one, or at least try to impede their ability to get to them to make a play.
Villains take the high ground on the octagon, throwing out sabers. Heroes back off, looking for another angle here. Berserk moving forward. Rabbit in a good position to choke. Fierce does back off. Manny now takes the positional advantage.
Yeah, they got her sandwiched. And, Isaac's in a tough spot to make that play there because he's on the backside of Rabbit. He can't really push without tumbling her.
Right, and he also has his back to perfect block. Rabbit gets tumbled. This should be a kill for the heroes. No, Mastaisac with the saber throw kill onto Berserk.
By Isaac, good play.
Yes.
He prevented Rabbit from going down. They probably need to go back and heal, either in Villain's corner or somewhere where they can try to create some distance.
14-7 now. Heroes doubling the villains. I wasn't expecting things to go quite this fast, to be honest.
I'm actually surprised at that too. I thought this was going to be a much slower game, and I don't know if that's more of a credit to Fierce and Manny to being able to control the tempo, or if that's just how Rabbit and Isaac wanted it to be played. They were okay with playing it at a little bit faster tempo than what I was anticipating.
Right. I don't know that I like this play from Isaac up so high. He kind of limits himself in terms of options.
Yeah, and he's constantly having to jump off in order to keep himself from getting saber thrown there.
Right. And now he's got to heal. Heroes taking the high ground against the villains in the arena. Villains going to rotate elsewhere. They don't like that position. I agree. Rabbit looking for the choke onto Berserk. Good perfect block. She gets pushed there. Needs to be careful.
They got her in between them. See, she ended up getting Fierce up.
Yeah, good discipline from Rabbit there, staying alive. Also, just to go back briefly to Isaac on the Cantina, that was great discipline from him. Villains get a double in this exchange. Well played. They're closing the gap. I believe that's now 14-9. Heroes still lead.
Yeah, I agree. You know, back to that play, like you said, with Isaac on the Cantina, a lot of players would come off the Cantina to make that play, and when it really isn't necessary, and it puts you in a bad spot. So he did a really good job of just taking the saber throw and being able to keep them from getting the kill without putting himself in a vulnerable position.
Oh, fierce snipes rabbit.
It's a good throw.
Yeah, that was, and right there, you just see the importance of fundamentals. It's important to not only know how to throw a saber, but to throw it well. That netted him a kill. That gives him an advantage in this position. Isaac has to back off. Rabbit now back in. Looking for the choke on Berserk. Doesn't connect.
And the heroes have done a good job too. I think they destroyed the droid in there, which prevented Isaac from healing too much. So his health remained low, and so it allowed them to be able to take advantage of that.
Rabbit getting harassed by these pushes. She needs to be careful. Isaac, I think, has come in. He does have the high ground here. I like his positioning, but he needs to maintain it.
Yeah, because right now I think he's by himself. Let's see if Rabbit can pick up the kill here.
Rabbit and Fierce boxing a little bit. No meaningful damage. Fierce manages to get out of that bout. Isaac being pushed around. Nice saber by Berserk. I think that did connect at least once.
They are so good on being able to get on both sides of players and making it really difficult for them to really keep themselves from getting pushed in the air, and then they can capitalize.
Right. It's just that harassment that comes out, and you're forced to either drain your force or to probably take some kind of bad position. So just that high pressure gameplay coming out. Someone was killed off screen there. Berserk kills Isaac. I wasn't able to see that. Did you see that, Fearless?
I didn't. I think Isaac was low and they were able to get him because of the saber throw earlier, but I did not see the way in which he was killed.
I like that play from Manny that we just saw as you were talking. I think Fierce pushed Rabbit into Manny. Manny backslashed, which tumbled her, then he comboed her.
Yeah, that was a good play. And like you were talking about, that anticipatory play, like they knew that was coming, so it allowed them to do that. So here, is it a one-on-one here? Oh, nope, it looks like Fierce spawned in. Did Isaac catch the spawn? It doesn't look like he did.
No, I don't think he did. Heroes lead. They're doubling now again, 20-10. Villains, I'm looking for them to consciously be aware of what's happening. It seems things have been going very fast. I would expect them to try to take the fight back to the city, but they're pushing here right in the starting area. I don't know if that's the best move.
You know, whenever you're losing on villains, you really need to try to do something to change it, because that's a side that you really need to win, just because you have the advantage of the choker. And so anytime I feel like you have you're at a disadvantage while you're on villains, you need to be doing something a little bit different.
Rabbit tumbled out into combo. She dies. I agree with you, Fearless. Isaac, let's see what he's got. I imagine he's going to sit in the corner and block. He does push Berserk away, getting a little aggressive. Isaac
needs to get somewhere.
Holding his own in this 2v1. He kills Fierce. Well played, Isaac. I'm surprised, and I commend you for the play. Excellent.
You know, when he does it, it doesn't always look fancy, but he's pretty effective.
Berserk now getting harassed. 2v1 situation. Villains going hard against him. He catches Rabbit. Push into combo. Easy kill for him. My question is, where was Isaac?
Yeah, he wasn't in the right spot there. You know, if you're gonna commit to 2-on-1ing, you gotta commit. If you go halfway, that kind of thing can happen. And I feel like he wasn't ready to commit all the way to pushing Berserk, and it ended up with Rabbit being in a bad spot with no help.
Still fighting here in the starting area. I'm looking again for these villains to take the fight elsewhere. I don't like their options here. Isaac
Yeah, or
does
change your spawn. You can do that
right.
as well, and that easily change the fight location. It's 1-on-1. It looks like.
Yeah, you have a 1-for-1 trade. Rabbit dies, as does Berserk. Fierce and Isaac filling each other out. Bit of a boxing match. Fierce is backing up, though. I'm sure he's anticipating that spawn. He's pretty close to the villain spawn. He gets tumbled by Isaac in that corner.
Good push by Isaac.
Berserk with the scrap.
And that's really hard for Rabbit because she is the choker. It's hard to mark with the choker because you can't push him away. And and that's why I like the aggro choker versus the the pusher, because the pusher is so much more well equipped to make those kinds of saves, and it's just a tough spot for Rabbit. She can try to chase and get the choke, but it can be really difficult.
(24-13) Heroes still leading this game. They've maintained this lead since the beginning.
You're right. They keep fighting in this villain spawn area, and it seems like Isaac and Rabbit are okay with that.
Isaac's block either fell, or it was the weak maul block, or he just dropped it. Whatever the case, he falls and dies. Rabbit retreats to the spawn, switches her character to get that full force. I'm not sure that's going to make a difference. No, Fierce does catch her with a push. No follow-up.
It's so important against these guys not to let them get that 2-on-1. They're so good at it, it's like a fast break in basketball. But you got to keep them from getting it, because it allows them to get such a lead on people if you let them get on top of you.
Right, if one gets turned to two every time, that's not good. That's very bad. Isaac and Rabbit are split.
Yeah, it's going to turn into 2 1-on-1 situations. The heroes, I think, are okay with that. Looks like Isaac's now in position, though, to help Rabbit, so I think they're going to keep rotating. We'll see if they end up taking it back to the houses or if they're going to stay over here.
Yeah, only 5 kills left on this first side for the heroes. Isaac makes a play. He gets caught out by the push, tumbled into combo. Berserk gets that kill. Rabbit now, 2-on-1 situation, goes into the cantina. I do not like this option. I would never, ever go into cantina if I was 2v1. It's just a mess.
You're trapped, and there's not a lot you can do. And as the choker, they could probably just rush you. You can't choke them both.
But even as a hero, I just... Going in even 2v1 as a hero, I don't even want to take the option. No, thank you.
No. No, Isaac spawns and then it's game over. No, thank you. Oh, man. So it looks like Berserk's healing back here in the hero's corner, and they're gonna let him come out of here. If they were really rude, they could have stood on top of the cantina and tried to make them sprint jump out, but
right. Villains have fallen back. They're not as close to the heroes as they were at that starting area. Fierce edging up this bubble, looking for perhaps to get a push onto Rabbit, and he backs away. It looks to me like the villains are really trying to slow things down. I'm not sure that this late into the side is going to make a significant difference. They traded so much over in that starting area. I wish that they would have done this earlier. Go ahead, Fearless. I'm sorry, cut you off.
No, and you're right, and I think that's been the tough part is they, like you said, they've traded a lot, and on villains you just can't afford to trade all the time, just because their villains is around the corner, and so they're in a tough spot. But you're gonna try to get as many kills as you can here, because it's that much less work you have to do later.
Right. Rabbit does get caught out. 27-13 for the heroes. Villains can't even leave their spawn.
Yeah. Fierce and Manny are pretty relentless. And, I mean, even when they're at a disadvantage, they're going to push you.
Another trade for the villains.
And as a hero, I'm
28-14
okay
now.
all day. Please give me the 1-for-1. I'm okay with that because I'm confident that my villains are going to be able to, especially when you have a choker like Manny who can change the game so much. I'm okay with trading. If I'm a hero, that is.
Right. Yeah, I think I would be too. Berserk and Isaac box. Berserk knocks out Isaac behind his spawn, looking for now to capitalize on this situation. Rabbit hits him with a sprint attack. Doesn't seem like Manny was expecting that.
No, I don't think he was. He looked like he was anticipating the run and choke, and she took him and tumbled him.
Well played by Rabbit. A bit of unpredictability there. 2v2 situation again. Good push out by Fierce. Isaac did have his number. Rabbit caught out by this saber throw. Believe that is the half. Score 30-15.
Even double for the heroes. I'll be curious to see what it looks like on the next side.
Yeah. So what could the villains have done better there, or what things could they have capitalized on that the heroes were doing?
You know, I think that, and like I said, I will go ahead and preface this by saying it's easier said than done. Manny and Fierce are excellent players, and the execution of these kinds of things is not as simple. But you know, ideally, what you want to do is to, you know, you have Rabbit, and you're okay with your choker playing against their pusher, and try to get Manny rushing in as he will, and try to get the choke or get him down, and then try to catch Fierce either coming in to try to get the save or keep him away and get one. And I think in the platform area they were trading way too often, and then you know a lot of times they were getting caught up on the ground and in bad spots. But you know part of that's a function of the way that Fierce and Manny play. They want to create chaos and to make you uncomfortable, and I think that the villains just kind of fell victim to that.
Yeah, the disruption ability coming out from one, just the sheer skill of Fierce and Berserk, but two, the synergy that they have as a team. That's impressive. I agree with you. The trading that the villains were willing to go through there at the starting area, I don't think that was a wise move. They seemed, if I remember correctly, to begin to close the gap when they fought there in the city, but they didn't stay there. So that may have been a mistake on their part, or perhaps things would have still gone the same. We can't know for sure. Okay, we'll try the Devastator told us to try the live stream on the Discord. Fearless, you okay with that?
Yeah. I'm trying to pull it back up. I'm sorry. Let's see. I think I'm back on to the Discord stream. So.
Okay, me too. Sorry, that's my fault. You can blame me for that delay.
We've got Berserk on the ground here. Looks like they may be able to. Heroes making some plays here.
Yeah, Isaac got harassed. Or excuse me. Was that Berserk or Fierce? I couldn't. I'm happy. This is.
Yeah, no. You're fine. Yeah, it was. If Fierce had gotten, you know, it was Berserk went down as the Vader, and then Fierce just, you know, they basically all out assaulted on Fierce, and they were able to get the kill. It's a 2-0.
Okay, thank you, Devin.
Good play by Isaac. You know, you have Rabbit, who is playing really the point person on that, and was okay with getting choked by Manny in order for Isaac to make that play. And that's something we should see. I think that Rabbit continues to be the point person and trying to make plays. Good combo there as well. Right now, they are controlling this side. I think it's what? Can I have the count again? I'm sorry, 4-0. They need to really get on a run here if they want any chance of making this close and making a run at the win. They're going to have to really play well on this side.
4-0, you said. Heroes leading?
Correct.
Okay. Heroes jumping around this Vader, giving him multiple targets to focus on. I like that. They need to be careful, though. Isaac caught out with a choke. Well played by Berserk. Fierce is in the area, but he gets caught in Rabbit's combo. Berserk cleans up.
Rabbit's played really well this side so far. You know, making plays. But you know, at the same time, they're really in a spot that they can't give them anything free. Just being down, you know, 15-30 from the other side, they're going to have to really, like I said, go on a run here.
I believe that's now 5-2, correct, Deva?
It looks like Fierce has one down with the double strike, and Berserk with the choke.
Another double for the villains. 5-4. They are quickly closing the lead that Rabbit and Isaac established for themselves.
And I think they kind of got away from what they were doing. They ended up turning that into 2 1-on-1s, and they ended up paying for it. They were doing well when they were both focusing on one player and trying to make them miss, and then going from there. But we'll see if they can get back to that and pick up some more kills.
Berserk. Serious aggression against Isaac on that high tower. Hits him with a sprint attack.
What a
double sprint attack into kill. Excellent play by Berserk. I mean, just the presence of mind to do everything that he did there. Well played. Rabbit now on the defensive.
It too. She's in a bad spot here.
Yeah, Rabbit is on her heels, caught out in the choke. I think she was out of force. Good push by Isaac. We'll see if this turns into anything. I think Isaac has turned this battle. He has. Rabbit able to kill Berserk.
That was a great play by Isaac to keep him alive, basically. And you know, Rabbit also had to survive that 2v1 for long enough for him to get in. So it was a good play by both the heroes.
Berserk is back. Heroes get caught out here in this little corner.
Yeah, and that's the one tough part about fighting in the opponent's spawn is when they get that spawn in, they're there immediately.
Villains leading now, 7-6.
They only need 9 for the clinch, so it's going to be it's a tall order for sure. But we'll see if they can if the heroes can change some things and go on another run like they did at the beginning of the game. Interesting. They're sandwiching them. They've got them both sides, but and then they chose Fierce. That was a good play by the heroes just to pick one and to push. You and it looks like Berserk is inviting them to try to push him. He's okay with the 2-on-1, especially as his Vader. He's not trying to slow down at all. But now he has Fierce in.
2-on-1 against Isaac.
Fierce needs
Vader,
to be
get
looking
the
the
choke.
mark. Oh, Isaac got back up on the building. See, so Fierce going in for the kill.
I believe there's a triple push tumble into one-hit aerial from Fierce. Rabbit now in a 2v1 situation. Look at the pressure from these villains. They don't want to give her any rest. Caught out right beside the spawn point. I don't think she can change her character because of the angle.
No, and it's not like PlayStation where you can. I don't think you can turn as well when you're down or anything. And so, if you're not looking at it, there's nothing you can do about it.
Rabbit says she needs an inhaler. I agree. The pressure from the villains when it turns into a 2v1 situation, they push that advantage every time. The pressure is relentless.
Yeah, it really is. They really don't take any prisoners when it comes to that. But at the same time, it comes with its own risks, and you can turn it back on them. Maybe not in the 2v1 situation, but whenever the spawn comes back in, you can sometimes get a cheap 2 kills because they're out of position.
Rabbit scrambling on the ground. Fierce aggressing here. He's on the hero roof. Hero's on the ground. They're not in a good position. Fierce has joined the fight.
Oh,
Gets one down.
Good hit by Fierce.
Yeah, that was an excellent play. Hits another. Rabbit survives.
She hugged that building really well. Oh, she got a bad tumble though. Yeah, she was hugging the building and keeping the push and the choke from her, but it was unfortunate she got the tumble she did.
Berserk allowing this Obi no rest. Okay, that's Isaac. I can't quite see the names every time, so I might just call them by their characters.
Looks like they've got them both spawned in now, so it's no longer the 2v1. So, see if the heroes can turn this into something. Seems like they've been fighting this whole side on the platform 2v1 because one would be down, and then the villains would push so hard the whole time.
Yeah, then that's definitely not in their favor.
It's like Isaac got a tumble there, and now Berserk's got the choke. Let's see what he does. I think he went for the block, and it didn't register, and he ended up getting pushed through it, but he had enough stamina that he was able to get away.
Can they convert this into a double? They do. Nice sprint attack from Isaac against the Vader on the Jawgriff.
Yeah, taking advantage of, Vader doesn't always have the same block as like an Anakin or something. It is liable to give up on you sometimes.
$11-9 villains. 11. Nope, I was going to say 10. Isaac gets choked out by Vader. Rabbit catches Maul on the ground. Gets the combo. 1-for-1 trade. She's aggressing against this Vader. Boxing by the walls. Vader wins. 2-for-1 on the villains.
Yeah, they just started trading hits, and Vader with that extra health, he's hard to knock down.
Doesn't seem to me that Isaac and Rabbit here on Heroes have an intention to slow the game down. They've been playing pretty fast ever since it started.
Yeah, I would agree with you. I would have expected to see them at least try to slow it down to see if they could make Berserk get out of position with his Vader, but really they've been playing at the villain's tempo this whole time.
Villains need 2. 1 more. looking for high aggression here.
Yeah, with only one left. Good play by Isaac to get behind Fierce like that and to convert the 2v1. I think they got a little lax there, knowing that they only need the one kill, and they tried to just try to get it really fast, and they ended up getting them killed.
Two v two situation. Heroes are backing out. They're aggressing on the rabbit. She needs to be careful. Caught out and choke. Gets out. Perfect blocks. Can she get the kill onto Fierce? No.
Oh, what, choke. They got the kill anyway. They probably need to run and heal. I don't know if Rabbit took any damage from all of that, but
Looking to push this Vader now. Great backslash from Berserk. Defensive. Great float choke right after that. Isaac saves his teammate. Well played, Isaac. Heroes have had 4 kills now in a row.
they're gonna have to. She's gonna have to keep him up because he's just gonna go for it.
She's unable to do so. Berserk does get that kill. Valiant effort, nonetheless.
Yeah, the heroes really made a run right there, and I'm not sure if it was partly with the villains seeming like they were kind of out of sorts, or if it was the heroes just kind of playing with reckless abandon. They were just attacking at will, kind of what Fierce and Berserk had been doing the whole game.
Right. So maybe moral of the story: just play like Fierce and Berserk.
Right? That may be the way to do it. Like all of these things, easier said than done, but I think it was well played by both